By this time next week, New York State will take another crucial step toward reopening. Today, Governor Cuomo said movie theaters can reopen with capacity limits.
But not all theaters will reopen. Only theaters outside of New York City are allowed to reopen October 23rd. Theaters in counties with hot zones also have to stay closed for now.
News 4's Adam Harding is live in Westchester at a theater in Pelham with a look, Adam, at the state's new strategy.
I got to tell you, Jen, this was a major relief for those who work at this historic picture house. It's about to turn 100 years old next year, and to this community, this really is something that people have been rallying behind now for several years. In fact, they fought to keep the doors open. Then COVID hit earlier this year. All theaters had to shut down, but now there was light at the end of the tunnel, and many in the community tonight are excited. The marquee at Pelham's historic picture house could soon light up again. The governor Saturday announcing the show can go on at movie theaters outside the city beginning next week.
In our small town, I think this is a wonderful thing. We worked really hard to keep this movie theater open. It was in danger of shutting down a few years ago, and this hasn't made it any easier. But if it's going to reopen and allow our community to gather and enjoy the movies again, I think that's a great thing.
COVID forced theaters statewide to shut down in March. Saturday's announcement will limit the number of guests to 25% capacity or 50 per screen in areas with low positivity rates. The Picture House is preparing to mark its 100th anniversary. Many who live nearby excited to return.
I'm sure it means a lot, even with whatever it is, the 25% capacity. Again, it's steps returning to some sense of normalcy.
Would you feel comfortable going to a movie theater?
Definitely.
The governor also announcing a new strategy to fight a potential fall COVID surge.
We are going to deploy what we call a micro-cluster strategy.
We already know the state's red, orange, and yellow zone restrictions, but these new measures will take it one step further, targeting areas block by block, apparently eliminating widespread shutdowns we all experienced in March. Meantime, health officials announcing they've banned a scheduled wedding in Brooklyn after reports emerged upwards of 10,000 guests were planning to attend. You know, how's this for timing, Jen and Adam? Just a short time ago, the marquee, in fact, lit up behind us. Certainly a relief now almost 8 months after having to close its doors due to COVID-19, even though the movie theater can reopen as early as the 23rd of this month, so less than a week from now. I'm told that it might not happen on day one. That's because they have to make sure all of their HVAC requirements meet the state's requirements as well. But certainly this is a step in the right direction and relief for an industry that not just here in New York, but across the country and the world has certainly been battered in the last few months because of the virus. We're live tonight in Pelham. I'm Adam Harding, News 4 New York.